Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakai HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. It's like this your brother Quantum Walk through the Great Millstone Charlotte camp, coming with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to do a lesson real quick, man, in regards to how the false prophets have an expiration date, man, right? All of them, from you pastors, right, to you so-called celebrities, to you, government officials, that are so-called for the people, right? To you men who know that you're Israelites, but you continue to spread false doctrine, continue to give out false breakdowns, right? Things speaking against prophecy, right? All these things have an expiration date. There's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to do these things anymore, man, right? The Lord is already tired of seeing it, but there's going to be great judgment that comes as a result, and your congregations are going to feel the pain as well as you, man, because you're leading people to the ditch, right? So like it. Let's start here in Micah chapter 3 and verse 5, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, concerning the prophets that make my people err." And that's what we're seeing, man. We're seeing men leading our people astray continually, man, right? That bite their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. And we're seeing that, man. These people do not care about you, right? They don't care about their congregations. They don't love their people, as they would say. All they're worried about is filling their own bellies, right? It says, "Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them." Right? It's going to be a time where all your prophecies that you say, your interpretations of, are going to fail you, man. Right? And what's going to be the result? It says, "Then shall the seers be ashamed." So it's going to be a great shame, upon you, you Israelite leaders, you Christian leaders are already being put to shame, right? And you leaders of the so-called black communities are being put to shame as well, man. But it's going to be a great shame that come upon you Israelite leaders who are, misleading the people. It reads, verse 7, "Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded." Let's look at that word confounded real quick. Let's see. Confounded, cause surprise or confusion, especially acting against their expectations, man. Because they're speaking falsely, man. So the expectations that they have are going to be sorely mistaken, man. Right? It says to prove a theory, expectation, or prediction wrong. So your false philosophies, your false breakdowns are all going to be proven wrong, man. Let's see what else we got. That's pretty much the point. But they're going to be proven wrong, man. Right? Be confounded, confused. So like verse 7 again. "Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of the Most High." Because the Lord's not dealing with these men. He's using them to sift out 2/3. But at the end of the day, once the Lord has accomplished that goal, he has no more use for them, right? Reading in the NLT, it says, "This is what the Lord says, you false prophets are leading my people astray. You promise peace for those who give you food, but declare war on those who refuse to feed you," right? Because they look at their congregations, as a racket, man, right? It's a hustle. It says, "Now the night will close around you, and we're coming into the night. Now, man. These are the last days of the last days, man. Right? The scriptures say that there comes a time where no man can work. That's that night that's about to close around, right? Cutting off all your visions. Darkness will cover you, putting an end to your predictions, because there's going to be a time where these false prophets, false prophecies are not going to be able to be told, because it's going to be right in your face, man. We're going to know what the charagma is. It's going to be, when it says he caused a thaw, right? You're going to know what that is. You're going to know what the World War III that's coming, man. You're going to know that Jacob's trouble, when it says he shall be saved out of it, that means that there's no pre-rapture, right? We're going to have to be saved out of the midst of chaos, man, right? You're going to know all these things. So all the lies, that you've told the people to line your pockets or to give them false comforts and false senses of security, you're not going to be, those predictions are going to fail, man. So like it says, now the night will close around you, cutting off all your visions. Putting an end to your predictions. The sun will set for you prophets, that expiration date, man. And your day will come to an end, because there will be no use for you anymore, man. Because the true truth is going to be being told. It's already being told, but the truth is going to be the only thing that exists, man. Right? The only reason false prophets can thrive is because Esau's system has created a world full of lies, man. So lies just get to intermingle amongst other lies, right? But now that the truth is going to be the only valuable thing in the earth, these false prophecies are going to be worthless, man. It says, verse 7, then you seers will be put to shame, and your fortune tellers will be disgraced, and you will cover your faces, because there is no answer from the Most High, right? So this is what we're about to see, man. That expiration date is about to hit these false prophets. Let me get this real quick, because I made mention that this is the only time period where lies and things of that nature can thrive, right? This is 2 Timothy 3 and 13. It reads, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Now, reading in the NLT, it reads, evil people and imposters, who are they imposing as, or what's the word? It's like, who are they pretending to be, right? Men of the truth, men of the Lord. Right? They're portraying themselves, to be these great men, and that the Lord is dealing with them, right? But what does it say? Evil people and imposters will flourish. Why are they flourishing? Because we're in a world of lies, man. So if your foundation is built on lies, then you're going to prosper in a world that's also built on lies. The truth, is looked down upon, in a world established by lies, man. Right? So we wouldn't be, flourishing in that same manner. We wouldn't have $1 million and millions of people in our congregations, right? It says they will deceive others and will themselves be deceived, right? And that time, of flourishing is attached to this Edomite hegemony, man, right? Lies can only flourish in a world of lies. But once the truth is being established, right, as the true value in the world, then these lies can no longer thrive, man. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing these lies be confounded out here, man. These false prophets, these liars, right? False breakdowns, false doctrines, going all the way from every aspect of the Israelite community, man, right? You blacks, Latins, Native Americans have been continually fed these false leaders, man, false prophets. And then those of you who know that you're Israelites, are consuming doctrine from false prophets, right? If it's not coming from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the affiliates, on down, the brothers, the other elders, right? And, camps that follow this same doctrine, because it's not about the camp in itself. It's about the doctrine that's being taught, right? If that doctrine isn't being followed, then it's false, man. And it's going to lead you to death at the end of the day, right? Let's go here. Because it's a time, like I've titled the lesson, man. There's an expiration date on false prophets, man. There's a time limit on how long you can go out here and lie to the people, right? The Lord, He's long holding His peace, right? And once that time comes, it's going to be great judgment on those who have lied to the congregations, man. This is 2 Peter 2. So like it. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bringing upon themselves swift destruction, man. It's going to be swift, man. Right? They're thriving now, as we read. They're flourishing now, but because of your damnable heresies, because you're denying the Lord's, you're denying the name of the Lord, you're denying the works of the Lord, you're denying the miracles, right? The Lord is bringing a swift destruction upon you. So though you've had your 15 minutes of fame, it's going to be a great destruction coming upon them, man. It reads, verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. That's what we see. They have these great congregations, man. They have these masses of followers, right? Because they're following basically the ways of the world, man, with the Israelite twist. It reads, let's look at that word pernicious real quick. Because in the NLT it says they will follow their evil teachings, right? It says pernicious, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual and subtle way, man. These things are all ultimately leading you to death, but it's slowly killing you, man. And they're slowly, trying to take the spirit out of Jake, man. Right? It says, let me read in the NLT. Well, I'll start in the KJV again, Slock. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, the ways that lead to destruction, that are harmful, right? By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. So they speak evil of the truth, man, right? It says in the NLT, it reads, many will follow their evil teachings and shameful immorality, and because of these teachers, the way of the truth will be slandered. And what do we see, man? We see slanders all over, man. From these other camps, from these Christians, from these other philosophies, from these just people in the world. They're coming against the truth, right? When the scriptures say, I will make thee an offender for a word, right? It's because this whole world is coming against the truth, because the truth is the only thing that can threaten a world full of lies, man, right? The light is the only thing that can get rid of darkness. So like it. Verse 3. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you. Who does that sound like? I'll keep going. Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not. Right? It's because their judgment is coming, quickly, man. And their damnation slumbereth not. Now in the NLT it reads, in their greed they make up clever lies to get a hold of your money. Who's that sound like? Let's keep going. But the Most High condemned them long ago, right? Because these are the same spirits coming back again, man, right? And their destruction will not be delayed. There is a appointed time for the destruction of false prophets, man, right? False prophets have an expiration date. You can only teach lies for so long, man, right? And the Lord is speeding up that time. Let's get this in Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 13. It reads, For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. Therefore the Lord will cut us therefore. Actually, can I start it up a little bit? I'll start at 13. Slaki. For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. Therefore the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. The ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teacheth lies, he is the tail. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall they have mercy. Neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows, for everyone that is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth that speaketh folly. For all his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still, man. Let's read this in the Good News Bible. Because the point, right, as we read, all Israelites are being held accountable, man. You know, and you're gonna be rewarded according to your works, as well as your faith, right? But if you're not doing the correct works of faith, you over here, what's the word? Glorifying a worldly lifestyle, you know, in order to heap to yourself followers, or you cutting, or you it's like you teaching your congregations to not take in the whole role and to receive the full understanding, right? All these things are going to bring death upon you, man. These false prophets, again, you know, their time is being cut short because they're leading people astray, right? They cause, like we read again, it said they cause my people to err, you know, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. This is the result of a false prophet, man, right? You go into Ezekiel 14th chapter, right? The false prophet is going to face the same judgment as the people that have followed their. Actually, let's just get it. You know, I don't want to butcher it. Salakia. This is Ezekiel 14, and let me see. I know I passed it. Yep, it's Ezekiel 14 and 9. And if the prophet be deceived, I'll start at 9. And if the prophet be deceived, then when he had spoken a thing, I, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, had deceived that prophet, and will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel, right? And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him, man. So those who, like I said, those who went to guidance from these false prophets are going to be punished as well as the false prophets, man, in the same manner, right? Now let's go back to that Isaiah 19, or it's Isaiah 9:13. It reads in the GNT, the people of Israel have not repented, even though the Lord Almighty has punished them. They have not returned to him. You know, we've gone through all these hellish conditions, right? And people have been presented with the truth, but they will not return, right? It says, in a single day, the Lord will punish Israel's leaders and its people. He will cut them off head and tail, right? So the leaders of these so-called black and brown communities, right? You know, all your leaders, as well as these false prophets, are going to be cut off, man, and destroyed. The old and honorable men are the head, and the tail is the prophets whose teachings are lies. You false prophets, man, right? False breakdowns. You know, you're over here butchering breakdowns, man, right? Everything you teach are lies, man. You know, for your own vain glory, right? It says the prophets whose teachings are lies, and those who lead these people have misled them and totally confused them, man. That's why people, as the Elder Menatazakbar, they go and listen to these other groups, and then they come to GMS to get their brain all untwisted, man, because they get confused, because they teach lies, man. They teach falsities, right? It says, "Who lead these people? Those who lead these people have misled them and totally confused them." And so the Lord will not let any of the young men escape. He will not show pity on any of the widows and orphans, because all the people are godless and wicked, and everything they say is evil. Even so the Lord's anger will not be ended, but his hand is still stretched out to punish, man. But they're going off. you know, like his hand is still stretched out, man. There's still a chance. uh, there's still a chance for you to come in, man. There's still a chance for you to repent. There's still a chance for you to receive mercy, man. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we fight the way we fight. That's why the Spirit was on the elders apostles to have brothers do, daily lessons, man. Right? So as the Lord's hand is stretched out to punish, it's also stretched out to receive for mercy, man. But you have to come back in a meek and humble steed and listen to correct doctrine, right? Because what? All false prophets have an expiration date, man. And that expiration date, is going to come when they get confounded, because what they teach is being proven to be lies. And then, as well as the destruction that's going to befall them for teaching said lies, man. So I pray that lesson was edifying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, wa kwam yasharala, and abad babal. DTA soon. We almost home, man. Shalom.